Coming to you live from South Korea. Yeah, it's 7:36 here. And what we're going to be doing here on this 28th of December, the year is almost done. I had a squirrel moment and I started another project. I know, right? As if I didn't have enough stuff to do. With this project came about because I bought these. These are the Just Art acrylic pens. I've got 60 of them here that I purchased. It seems like these are really good, saw some good reviews, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. It'll be kind of like my Christmas present. And then I'm like, well, what am I gonna do where am I gonna store them? Because you have to store them like flat and whatever, and it's like I don't have enough room. So I said, aha, I'll get on Tinkercad and I will make a holder for these things. So that's what we're going to take a look at. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look-see right here. And there are the three holders. Now, basically what we can end up seeing here is basically I just made like a stand with a bunch of holes in them, and you can put the pens in there. But the problem is that one was 585 grams. And if we go, let's just kind of click off here and we'll go here and we'll do that. So yeah, you can pretty much just see it's just a block with a bunch of holes in them, just cylinder holes and stuff like that. Then I made another one that was 620 grams. I thought this was going to be a little bit better, because if we zoom in here, basically what I ended up doing is taking out a bunch of material. But the problem was I didn't account for the support material, and that bumped that up to 620 grams. So then I was like, you know what? I'll take a bunch of material out of there, and we'll just have the holes. We'll have a big empty spot here so we can put our pens in there. And then I was like, oh, we still had a bunch of support material problems. But I solved that, and this one is only going to be 413 grams. In the fact that the way I'm doing these holes, check out these holes. So I do these holes and it's got this little teardrop thing. So supposedly if I do something like this, I won't need supports. Now we're going to be testing this out. I'm doing a little test piece here. And yeah, so this will be a vertical pen holder for 60. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 30 and then another 30, but these are kind of in the opposite direction. And so you might be wondering, well, what the heck is going on with that? Well, it's there's a story behind that. And part of that goes back to what we're going to look at here. So since this thing is, let's take a look at this. This is 396 millimeters. So in other words, that exceeds the bench or the build plate of this thing, which the Creality K2 Plus, which is 350 cubed. So it's too big. So I had to put it into Creality Print, the slicer, and use a planer cut, and I'd have to print off those two things. The problem is with that, I had to do the orientation, and that's why some of those teardrops are facing up. That's why some of the teardrops and the little point is facing down. So with that, let's take a look-see on what we end up seeing here, and I'll kind of explain it a little bit. So there is, you know what we'll do? Let's make this a little bit, so that way it's a little bit more readable. And we'll just make them two different colors. There we go. So we have the one on the left is the base, and that's got the TLV. That's going to be the name of it. The Varied Life 60P stands for 60 pens. And as we can see here, we've got those little holes that has the little cutout on the top there. So those are going to be for the first ones. Now the ones that are here, that is the part that's going to be upside down. So basically what I ended up doing, this face here is going to go onto this face here. So basically what's going to happen if we pull out the rotate tool, what this will end up doing is like that. So this is actually the top, but we have to, this is going to be the bottom when we print it. So yeah, that's why it needs to be in that position. And so when we print this out, hopefully we won't need supports. So what I ended up doing is getting a little bit of that